Now let's see, I think I'd rather have this one in the background. Let's see if this, we talked about this earlier, if I press this, no, it's probably easier than just simply to press this one, which sets it in the foreground. We'll save that. And, well, we have to work backwards. Here's what I'm looking to do. We bring this one's going to be in the background, this one's going to be in the fore, this one's going to be in the middle. So we save that, press this one, and we'll save that. Okay, now we have them layered. This is on top of this one's on top of this one. All right. Again, if I want to see what I've got, I can hold my right mouse button down, and I'll see that the background, I'll see that I've got bird up here, bricks here, daisies here. Let's save this one. Come down here and add it to my list, and we'll call this sample 3. Okay. And actually I said we added it. Now let's save the list. Okay. Now I could close the program if I wanted to and then reload it later by going, that's right, the last button I didn't show you. Here, let's tell you what, let me clear the list now, everything that was here. I'm going to clear that list. That's what this button means, and it asks you to want to close the rendering list, yes, or clear it. Go to Load List, come back down to that list that I had typed in before, and there they are, all 3 of my samples reloaded. Now, the one thing you have to do before you render is make sure that this the very first item that you're working with is highlighted. In other words, don't start rendering with this one selected, or the program may not cycle back and pick up the first 2. It's just, again, a little idiosyncrasy, but it's not a big one. Click this one, and then we would press the render button. Now, right now I don't have the toaster running, or I should say I don't even have the toaster paint running, and if I press render, it will tell me to load toaster paint. So we'll come over here and we're going to open up toaster paint. And now I use the left Amiga M key to get over to Composite Studio, and I just keep pressing it until it appears. There it is. And like I said, we have our 3 pictures ready to render, and all I have to do now is render it. Now, at that point, I take my hand off the mouse. You don't touch the mouse, and you just let Composite Studio do its thing. Now, if you kind of like to see what it's doing, well, I guess we can Alt-M over to it if it doesn't show you the screen. And now you're going to see how it actually builds these images. We'll look at one of them and then we'll cut away until the whole project is finished. But it starts by laying down the background, which, if you recall, I used on the first one were these 3 lights. And then it draws a frame, the rainbow frame. It does some crazy things with lighting while it does it. That's always been there. It's drawing the shadows. Remember, there was the drop shadow. I used the layer 2, so it's the drop shadow comes down twice. And then the frame comes down. It grabs the brush that I had selected and places that brush right inside the frame. There we go. It tells you exactly how long it took. It actually took 9 minutes and 52 seconds. It took about a minute to do these 2 images, and then it took about 6 or 7 minutes to do this one, because we had to build This is what took a lot of time. That was the last one. That was the one that had the brick, the bird, and the daisies.